Sharon Osbourne made an emotional yet graceful return to the public eye this week, marking her first official appearance since the devastating loss of her husband, legendary rocker Ozzy Osbourne. The 73-year-old television personality stepped back into the spotlight on Wednesday evening when she attended a high-profile fashion event in London alongside her daughter Kelly Osbourne, offering fans a rare glimpse of strength amid personal heartbreak. The mother-daughter duo were guests at an exclusive cocktail reception hosted by designer Rebecca Valens at Ozzy London, a glamorous gathering attended by several notable figures from the worlds of fashion, royalty, and entertainment. Sharon and Kelly arrived hand-in-hand, posing for photographers in what was clearly a deeply emotional moment for the recently widowed star. Sharon appeared radiant yet visibly reflective, wearing an eye-catching red gown that sparkled under the venue's lights, while Kelly complimented her in a soft pale pink dress. Their appearance together sent a quiet but powerful message of solidarity, family, and resilience. Also in attendance were a host of familiar faces, including Holly Valance, Amber Lubon, and Zara Tindall, helping create an atmosphere of understated celebration blended with sensitivity towards Sharon's recent bereavement. It was an evening of glamour, but beneath the surface, it was also a marker of a woman beginning to step carefully back into life following profound loss. Ozzy Osbourne, the iconic Black Sabbath frontman known globally as the Prince of Darkness, passed away at the family's Buckinghamshire home on July 22 after suffering heart failure. His death came as a shock to many fans, particularly because it followed so closely after what became his final live performance. Just 2 weeks earlier, Ozzy had taken the stage at Birmingham's Villa Park for an emotional farewell concert with his original bandmates, a moment that now carries even deeper significance. At the time Sharon and Kelly were attending the London event, Sharon's son Jack was on the other side of the world competing in the latest series of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, enduring jungle life fueled largely by basic rations of rice and beans. While Jack faced physical challenges in a remote environment, his mother and sister were confronting something far more overwhelming, navigating life after losing the family's anchor and the love of Sharon's life. In the weeks following Ozzy's funeral, Sharon had largely remained out of the public eye. When she was first photographed again, she appeared visibly changed, slimmer, quieter, and etched with grief. Friends close to the family have described her as heartbroken but deeply appreciative of the wave of support she received from fans and loved ones across the world. Sharon herself broke her silence on social media shortly after his passing, writing a moving message to Ozzy's loyal followers and thanking them for the compassion that had poured in from every corner of the globe. She admitted that their love had helped sustain her during the darkest moments and confessed that she was still struggling to find balance after losing the man she had built her life around. "People around me have been carrying me," she said in an emotional message. "I am still learning how to move forward in a world that now feels unfamiliar." Their son Jack later echoed this sentiment during an interview on Good Morning America, offering a painfully honest update on his mother's emotional state. "She's okay, but she's not okay," he admitted. "She feels the support, she knows how much people care. But the pain is obviously still there." Ozzy's health had been in decline for several years before his death. A devastating fall at the family home in 2019 worsened earlier injuries and significantly impacted his mobility. He also battled Parkinson's disease, undergoing numerous surgeries and medical procedures that left him increasingly fragile. Through it all, Sharon remained at his side, not just as a devoted wife, but as a caregiver, advocate, and emotional lifeline. A new BBC One documentary, Sharon and Ozzy Osbourne, Coming Home, provides a raw and deeply personal look into the final chapter of their lives together. The film chronicles the family's return to the UK after spending more than 3 decades living in the United States. It also explores the emotional toll of Ozzy's illness, not just on him, but on the woman who loved him fiercely through every stage of his life. The documentary features intimate interviews with their children, including Kelly and Jack, who speak candidly about the strain their mother endured as she nursed Ozzy through pain, frustration, and fear. Sharon's devotion is laid bare on screen, physical exhaustion mixed with emotional anguish, and yet underpinned by an unwavering sense of loyalty. Another documentary, Ozzy, No Escape from Now, now streaming on Paramount+, goes further still. It includes insight from the Osbournes' eldest daughter Amy, who rarely appears publicly, adding another layer of honesty about the family's experience. Together, the documentaries paint a portrait of a man facing his mortality, and a family trying desperately to keep him comfortable and dignified as his body failed him. One of the most powerful moments comes when Jack recounts his final interaction with his father before the farewell concert at Villa Park. He recalls rushing into the dressing room and embracing Ozzy before the show, overwhelmed by emotion but determined not to show sadness. "I hugged him, I told him to go out there and own it," Jack recalls. "I was in the crowd crying with my brother, not because of pity, not because of despair, but because we knew this was the last time he would ever stand on a stage." Looking back, it felt like he was being given the chance to say goodbye to the world. Kelly's reflections are just as poignant. In a particularly moving scene, she describes the agony of watching her mother suffer in silence as the man she loved slowly slipped away. "What hurt the most wasn't just losing my dad," Kelly says through tears. "It was watching my mom lose the person she built her life around. Seeing the love of her life disappear piece by piece was devastating." Despite everything, Sharon's appearance in London represented something important, a woman choosing not to vanish into grief, but to take small, brave steps forward. While the pain remains, and likely always will, the event symbolized a quiet strength and a reminder that life, however fragile, goes on. Hand in hand with daughter Kelly, Sharon stood not only as a widow, but as a survivor of profound love and unimaginable loss, walking cautiously, but moving forward all the same. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more updates on celebrity deaths and news updates.